look at that sunshine. Yay! Saturday morning. It's the weekend. It's beautiful weather out there. I've got the back door open and sure as eggs is eggs, my hay fever has kicked off. But I've taken an antihistamine, so, you know, that would do, wouldn't it? I'm going to be outside in the garden later, I think. If it's as warm as they say it's going to be, I think I'll be getting one of the garden chairs out and sitting out there later with my knitting and no doubt the dogs. I've been quite productive already this morning. I'm just making another pot of tea so that I can take a cuppa up to Hannah because she's still asleep. Although to be fair, chances are I might have been if I didn't have a certain, that jumping on me in the mornings. I've had a tidy up of the kitchen, I've done some knitting, I'm going to have a tidy up of the craft room, and then I've got a fairly small list of things to do today, so hopefully, yeah, a bit of sit down. Gary's around later, so I think hopefully I can persuade him to sit down and relax too. Okay, this wasn't my plan for today, but I have decided to pick up these stitches for the button band on my Rosa cardigan. So yeah, I still have a sleeve to do, but I think I need to make some progress. And as much as I don't like knitting button bands, it's only half a dozen rows. So I'm going to sit and do that, find myself a podcast to watch, and I will report back later. Are you going to go outside today, honey? Are you going to venture off your blanket into the garden? Oh, that's next door's dog, isn't it? Hey, look. Henry's out there. Do you think you might go out there? No, Mum, I'm just going to stay here for a bit if you don't mind.
Oh.
So,
Baby.
can you see how aggressive he is?
He's vicious, isn't he? Clearly.
Oh,
I'm filming him for my vlog because he has to go on my vlog.
Oh no, look at his nose.
Oh, his little nippy nosy.
You're so cute.
He does like to pee on things. So I've got this here anyway, just in case.
And how old is he, Marina?
Okay. Hello again. Oh my goodness. It's tea time. And I've not filmed anything much at all, have I? Mostly, to be fair, because with Gary at home, he's been at home today. Let's get me centred. And obviously I've been spending time with him and he doesn't like being on camera, so haven't really had the opportunity to film much. And now Henry's. So I thought I would take the opportunity just to do a bit of a show and tell on some of my knitting projects, my shawls more specifically, and show you some of the patterns that I've really enjoyed. Also at the end, if anybody fancies it, I thought I might set a little quiz. Oh, people walking past outside. I did a quiz when I organised the Socks on the Beach meetups. We do occasionally have done a quiz, and I pulled out the very first one and I thought I would give you the questions, and if you fancy having a go at the answers, then I can let you know what the answers are tomorrow. There you go. And I know, just as a side note, that my lovely friend Jen, watching this, will be laughing her head off, because we always tease that you know, quizzes, word searches, crosswords, colouring pages, all takes us back to when we used to homeschool our kids. So yeah, we're going to be doing a quiz. With regard to my current knitting, I am, as we speak, casting off the button band on the Rosa cardigan. Ta-da! So that's got, well, I've only just started casting off. I've just been on a Skype call with Penny and Arena, which was lovely. It's just so good to see the girls, so lovely. And I got the button band done. I had to look up, before I went on that, I made a point of looking up buttonholes, because obviously, you know, I've done buttonholes before, but I always get a strand for some reason, and they always look messy, and they're not in the centre of the rib or whatever. And I really don't like, on my flea cardigan, the buttonholes I didn't like. So I dug out my Vogue, my big Vogue knitting sort of encyclopedia, had a look in that, and I don't know, I've just done it and they seem to have worked. I think because I'm knitting into the back and purling into the front of the stitches, when I pick up the yarn overs, that's made a difference, but it looks like we might be okay. So the button band will be done tonight, so that means one more sleeve to go. So that's good, because I was feeling a little bit down about that. Also, another encouraging news, my brioche cowl is looking a lot more brioche-esque now. So there you go. So that's the outside, and then you've got the green on the inside. So it really is looking a lot better. There's a few where I know what I did, a couple of things where there's a bit of green and shouldn't be, but it's right at the bottom, and this is such a big cowl. And if there's an issue, then I can always go back and duplicate stitch over those, but I think it'll be fine. So that was good. I know it's, people are saying hi from around the world, and I shall say hi back to everybody. I haven't replied yet to the comments in the last couple of days, I think, but I will do that. It's really nice to see and to think about where we all are scattered around the world. So yeah, anyway, on with the show and tell. First of all then, probably my favourite shawl that I have made in the past couple of years, will push back Henry, is this one. So it starts there, it's got pom-pom there, and then it does that, and it's got a super long, so it's a asymmetrical triangle, or as we like to say, a scalene triangle. And you can see it's got a centre spine. Let me come a bit closer. So it's got this centre spine here, and then it's got these, can you see? Yeah, that's probably dropped wrapped stitches there. Anyway, which makes it look a bit like you get those little bulges, and I absolutely love this. And this is, the main colour is Debbie's Down Sheepy Lane colourway, which was one she did on her Disney Club last year or year before, not sure, called Sisters. And then mini skeins that I had, I just mixed up all the mini skeins, but this is glorious. I absolutely love this. I'm not going to put it on because it's too hot in here. I've got the sun coming in. So that pattern, sorry, I should have said, is called the Pomp and Poms pattern, mainly for the pom-poms on it, there. And it's by Therese Headland, who is Brixton Pearl on Ravelry and on Instagram. She's put out lots of lovely shawl patterns, and she is a long-time friend from Socks on the Beach. And in fact, quite a few of the girls have tested knit her shawls. And this one, I think I knit, she brought the sample to one of the meetings, and I was, yeah, I've got to make that. But that's really great. But yeah, and she's tall. She's very tall, so all her shawls tend to be really big, but I think she often does them in more than one size. So that's the Pomp and Poms shawl. I'll put these down the bottom for you. The next one is the Dwayne Park Triangle, which I think is something in Washington, USA. That one. Again, I'll stand up. So you've got a lace, that's a picked up and applied border. That lace, beautiful. Then eyelets and stripes and plain. So So this one is, it kind of goes like that and along like that. So this is by Kirsten Kapoor. What's her? Through the Loops. It's her designer business. But that applied border is so pretty. And this yarn was by Lottie Knits, again UK dyer, and these are singles, merino singles that I bought with the view to them going together actually. So, but this one is lovely. It's lovely, gentle. I don't know, it's not quite as big and bold as the Pom Pom Poms, but it's a really nice, classic, easy to wear shawl. So yeah, and the yarn is just beautiful as well. And then the last shawl I'm going to share with you, she says pulling the dog hair off, is a crocheted shawl with tassels. It's a triangle. As you can see, it's a symmetrical triangle. It's all the same stitch. Can you see there? And I absolutely, this is the first, I've knit another crochet really long cowly scarfy thing, but I've not knit, I've not crocheted a shawl. There you are, I am putting this on, shows how much I love it. I crocheted this, I saw the pattern, I really had the urge to do some crochet. And it was one of the days, the weekends last year, I was up at Tribe and I wanted some yarn. That's right, I'd taken a project on the train and couldn't carry on with it. It was a knitting project. So I bought a crochet hook. I knew the pattern I wanted to knit, and I bought this yarn, which is Ollen, Ollann from Ireland. There's a little bit where I didn't alternate skein, so you can see the change in skeins. It's a 2 skein shawl. But it's amazing. I love the colours on this. And the crochet pattern is really great, really easy to follow. And it's by Carmen Heffernan, who is, I looked it up, actually I got it up on my screen before, Annie Design Crochet, but Carmen Heffernan. And that is a favourite. That's a really thick, DK one. That really keeps you warm. Then let's do another slightly different now. Is this little beauty? Now I've got this out because when I was watching the Knitters League podcast this week, it's an old one, one of the girls said just knit this herself as well, and I thought, oh, and I love this. This is a cowl. It's again in the style of a kind of a bandana. Don't know what that's doing to my hair. There you go, which I really love. Now this yarn, oh, you can just see the eyelets, the simple eyelets, and this is my hand spun, and I had this in my stash. It's one of the first yarns. It's Shetland yarn, Shetland wool that I hand spun. You can see it's a bit caught up around the back, and it's knit flat. This, so you knit it flat and then you block the pants off this end and then you sew it together there, so that's at the back or on the shoulder. But I love that. If you like fringe, obviously, if you don't like fringe, you don't like, in fact, I think it's Laurie on Knitters League only put the fringe down one side. I'm not sure which side, might have been this one. She didn't put it all the way around and it looked equally as good. That's great there, because that you can throw that on, and that's, I mean, this is chunky. Again, it's up to you as to whether you use Aran or chunky. I think it probably was chunky. It called for chunky yarn though. So yeah, really love that. Sorry, I wasn't going to tell you. It's a pattern by Jane Richmond, and it's called the Arika cowl or the Arika cowl. So Arika. So I think, oh no, hang on. I've got Oh, that's socks. The very first kind of popular designer shawl I ever made, which would have been probably 4 or 5 years ago now, was the Exploration Station, which is, you probably all know it, Stephen West pattern. And it involves garter stitch, slip stitch, ribbing. There's some brioche. There's a simple brioche section in there, just that one. So if some of you are looking for a simple brioche pattern, and then eyelets, and I believe I'm right in saying this is Madeline Tosh yarn, but it was quite a long time ago that I made it. Stephen West Exploration Station. I think I'll probably stop there. I have got no, I have got a couple of other things I brought to show you, but I think we're at about nearly 15 minutes, so that's probably all for now. And now Henry's getting impatient, aren't you, lad? If you've got any questions about those shawls, anything I forgot to mention or you'd like to know, then just ping me a question down in the comment bits below. Other than that, I will probably go and sort out some tea, or at least a cup of tea. It must be ages since I've actually said that I'm going to make a cup of tea. Oh, you'll see I used Chris in the new teapot today. Oh my goodness. That's Henry grunting, by the way, because I'm stroking his ears. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. If you want to make a pot of tea, I really recommend that style of teapot. So I think now I am going to finish casting off my Rosa cardigan, and then I will be back with a little quiz for you. So the evening has got the better of me again. So I'm not going to do the quiz tonight. I'm out for a gentle stretch with Henry, as I hadn't managed to get him out all day. And when we get back, I will put this all together and put the vlog up, because the internet is so slow at the moment, because the whole world is hitting it up for streaming stuff. It takes about an hour, probably hour and a half, to get the videos up at night. So I'm going to get back and get all this sorted, but never fear, because I know you'll be desperately excited to do the quiz. We'll start off with a quiz tomorrow. Whew. I have cast off the button band, as I said. So tonight I'll probably be doing a little bit of gentle knitting on my Paloma sweater, but I'll report back tomorrow. Hope you had a sunny day. Hope you all enjoyed the sunshine, those of you who had it. And from Henry and myself, hang on, where is he? Ah, there he is. So professional with the phone. I'll say good night to you all, and I will see you tomorrow.